Ethan hadn't planned to stop walking. The rain wasn't heavy enough to feel urgent, just steady and persistent, the kind that soaked into your clothes slowly and made you realize too late that you should have listened to the weather report. He pulled his jacket tighter and kept moving, telling himself he could make it home before it got worse. By the time he reached the corner, his shoes were already wet. The sentence in his head, the same sentence that had followed him for months, still hadn't formed. He stopped under the awning of a small cafe. Inside, it looked warm, temporary, like a place people entered when they didn't quite know where else to go. The bell rang softly when he stepped in. The smell of coffee hit him first, then he saw her. She was sitting by the window, hands wrapped around a cup, staring at a notebook lying open in front of her. Every page was blank. No phone, no distraction, just space. Ethan didn't know why that bothered him. He ordered his coffee and waited near the counter longer than necessary, glancing back more than once. She didn't look up, she didn't rush, she just sat there like silence was allowed to exist. He took the seat across from her before giving himself time to reconsider. The chair scraped softly against the floor. She didn't react. "Are you a writer?" he asked, nodding toward the notebook. She lifted her eyes slowly, as if returning from somewhere far away. "No," she said, "I'm waiting." "For what?" She closed the notebook carefully, like the page mattered. "For the right words." Ethan smiled before he could stop himself. The answer landed closer to home than he expected. He had been telling himself the same thing for years, that he wasn't stuck, that he was just waiting. They talked the way people do when neither of them is in a hurry. About the rain, about the cafe, about how some places feel quieter than they really are. Ethan found himself explaining more than usual, why he wrote, why he hadn't finished anything yet. He waited for judgment. It didn't come. When he stopped talking, the silence stayed. Not awkward, not empty, just present. For the first time in a long while, Ethan didn't feel the urge to escape it. "What do you want from life?" he asked suddenly, surprising himself. She turned toward the window, watching rain slide down the glass. "I want ordinary days to feel full," she said. "Like I didn't miss something important just because nothing big happened." Ethan nodded slowly. He had spent years chasing moments he believed would matter later. He had never considered that now might already be enough. They finished their drinks without noticing. When Ethan stood, he hesitated. He thought about asking for her number, about turning the moment into something official. Instead, he said goodbye. Outside, the rain had softened. As he walked away, he told himself it didn't mean anything. But the feeling stayed. The next Wednesday, Ethan arrived early. He told himself it was coincidence. She was already there, same seat, same notebook, still blank. This time she smiled. That's how it started, not with promises, but with repetition. Wednesday afternoons turned into shared dinners. Shared dinners turned into quiet weekends. Quiet weekends turned into something that felt dangerously close to a life. Clara moved through the world gently. She noticed things Ethan missed. When he talked too fast, she waited. When he doubted himself, she didn't rush to fix it. She just stayed. Ethan learned her rhythms, the way she folded laundry slowly, the way she reread the same page before sleeping, the way she listened like she wasn't planning her response. When his laptop crashed days before a deadline, she sat beside him and typed as he dictated, steady and calm. When his mother needed surgery in Seattle, Clara handled the calls and schedules while Ethan focused on work. "You don't have to do all this," he told her once. "I know," she said. "I just want to." They talked about marriage late one night, lying side by side in the dark. "After the book," Ethan said. "After things settle." Clara nodded. She always nodded. What Ethan didn't notice was how tired she had become, how stares slowed her down, how she sometimes pressed her hand against her chest when she thought he wasn't looking. At night, Clara began writing letters. She never sent them. She folded them carefully and placed them in a small box beneath the bed. Waiting, she collapsed in a grocery store aisle on a Tuesday afternoon. No warning, no drama. Doctors spoke carefully, but the meaning was clear. Chronic, advanced, late. "You should have come in sooner," one doctor said gently. Clara apologized later. "I didn't want to interrupt your work," she whispered. "You've waited so long for this." Ethan promised everything that night. Time, presence, a future that didn't keep waiting. For a while things improved. Enough for slow walks, enough for shared breakfasts, enough for hope. They planned a short road trip up the coast, just 3 days. Ethan postponed it. Deadlines, meetings, pressure. "It's okay," Clara said softly. "We'll go another time." She stopped writing letters after that. Another time never came. Clara died early one Sunday morning while Ethan sat in traffic, arguing with himself about turning around. He arrived too late. Her sister handed him a box. "She wanted you to have this." Inside were letters, unsent, unanswered. One read, "I never needed grand love, I just needed to be chosen." Another said, "If loving you means waiting forever, I will. I just wish you notice how long it's been." The last letter ended mid-sentence. Ethan collapsed on the kitchen floor. Months later, his book was published. At the launch, someone asked who inspired it. He couldn't answer. That night, he returned to the cafe. Same window, same rain. He opened Clara's notebook. For the first time, he filled the pages. "Love doesn't always leave," he wrote. "Sometimes it just waits until it learns it isn't coming home." Ethan never married, but whenever it rained, he stopped walking. Because some love stories don't end, they echo.